Hello guys, it's your Quant and small market update because we had some crazy news. So I'm super busy these days, but I think does everything that happened in the market deserve like a market update. So first thing first, guys, if you are not in this public group, so it's free, you just have to keep notifications, and I'm sharing few things. So always the same thing, not a financial advice. Do your own research, manage your risk properly and everything. But just, I'm sharing few things I'm doing. So it's like 0.1% of the things and the trading I'm doing in crypto, but I think trying to share the most important things. So trying to share my view, kind of like more investment than trading, not really trading in this. So I called Solana at $100, $130. So I had some bids at $130, if at 330 also, 3,300 too. And then I'm sharing a few other things of investment I'm doing, and it's just sharing my journey, right? I also shared that, and we're gonna discuss about that I think that if BTC is starting to do like a bottom, I think it will take a bit more, few weeks to show some worth here, but I think it's something to keep in mind. All the same, depending on your BTC exposure, if you only have 10% of Bitcoin, I would keep my Bitcoin rather than swapping it to ETH. But let's say you are 80% in Bitcoin, I think it's worth like figuring out how do you maximize your risk return. That's my focus as a quant, is like trying to maximize your risk return. I'm showing few thoughts, so if you had followed it, so of course not a financial advice, but it's just a way for you to keep things in mind. And yeah, we are looking at partners for some whitelist giveaways and everything, so feel free to contact me on Telegram at that's my quant. And if I don't answer, don't feel free to ping me again. So I have a few notes here. Going to get back on them. So definitely think that if BTC is like kind of like marking a bottom, so I have a first take profit on my trade here and a second take profit around 1.06. I think I will let it breathe a bit more. So I have removed the take profit here, and I have started to remove them, and I think I will go for a bigger trade. I'm a bit greedy perhaps, but that's how I see it. Pretty hard to read it on Sol BTC, Sol ETH, and I will keep it my view kind of like private. So we had a crazy news today. Let me share it. So we had Van Eck registering for Solana Trust. So that could become like the Solana ETF narrative as we had on ETH coming in pretty soon. So we had a news on Solana, I would say, ETF on Canada too, was pretty cool. So sometimes it's ETP, ETF, depending on like the I would say the infrastructure they are building, but that's kind of like the same thing. Is like we are working on the narrative of Solana is the next ETF coming in, and I said it like so many times, like and so far so good, in terms of like the news we have upcoming. We have a bunch of news that we are trying to predict, and we are trying to measure in the coming weeks and months, and this one is a very important one to focus. So we had a decent pump, I would say, on Solana. I think of over like over 10% on this news, almost 10%. So $130 was almost the bottom. We hit it like 122. So I added more Solana here because I've sold like quite a lot above, and I've added some here. And as you know, during this time, especially summer, I have kept a bunch of USDT just to stay in cash, because I know that's how I feel. Sometimes, of course, I can explain a bit more in details my strategy, but sometimes it's more like this is how I feel about it, the market right now, and I want to keep USDT to always have some cash for opportunities. And I have some crazy opportunities coming in, so that's why I want to stay a bit cash. But that's very interesting. I think the thing to remember is like you are underexposed to Solana, and I think you are underexposed to Solana ecosystem. So then it's like, how do you figure out the good play on the Solana ecosystem? We'll definitely share a few in the group. So let's move to a few other things. So that's pretty funny to see, some guys saying that Solana ETF will never come in 2024, and then when like we start to have some news saying, I think it's very painful, for many people in crypto, because they are overexposed to Ethereum and underexposed to Solana. So I'm accumulating actually some ETH. I played the ETH news quite well, but always the same thing, and I think that's the thing I will share in the Telegram group, is like sometimes I'm feeling I'm doing too much of investing, not talking about VC of really early stage, more like investing in like swing trading, like in daily time frame, and I'm not doing enough like trading in 4-hour, 12-hour time frame, because sometimes you have a bias on the daily time frame, but it's taking just so much time to play that it's suboptimal. So that's something you will often have me saying is like, is a strategy suboptimal or not? Like, what I mean by that is like, could you have done better? And not saying like, if I have done that, it would have been better. Just more like, could I have done things that I was aware when I took the decision to make the trade better? But so yeah, I figured that that's pretty interesting. So we had some cool news also coming in. So we had Cookie, for some of you, TGE this week. Very impressed by, I would say, Cookie TGE. Very, very impressed. I think they rock it pretty well. We can see on the chart since the listing, honestly, it's going super well because like the recent TG was super bad. Like coins were dumping like 50% was crazy. And honestly, so congrats to the Cookie team. I think they haven't raised that much capital. Like they could have raised way more, but they wanted to protect the investors by raising less, which is super smart. We also had iTheer. So sorry, I think my screen is cropped. We also had iTheer TGE last week, sorry. So pretty all good, like a stable coin, but listing at a crazy FDV, $2.7 billion. So I'm both investors in Cookie and iTheer, so of course I'm biased on the crypto. Not saying you have to buy here, but these are like, I think, top tier projects. I think on Cookie, at what valuation I have invested. On iTheer, I haven't shared it, but pretty cool project. Honestly, iTheer, from what I heard, even from friends and everything, I think they are growing the network like crazy and everything. So these are guys you want to listen to in terms of AI content and everything, because I think they are just so knowledgeable and so into the market. Also, like, I think I will perhaps have something new actually in video. Where basically I think I figure out a way to extend a small private trading group I have made with few friends and few partners on how to extend it to like people, but the proper way. Like I don't want to make things like I'm shilling trades and everything. It's just like from what I do in terms of trading, like trying to share them and like explaining few things. Yeah, just so perhaps I will have things moving forward in this direction in the coming week. So pretty excited about that. Then again, I think, and by the way, we did a video about our French club that we reopened 10 days ago, I think, something like that. So you know about it. So let me know if you have any question. If you are a French speaker, let me know in DM, and we'll send you some details if you're interested. I'm definitely thinking that the market is very slow, people are really complaining, and I do understand why, because if you go on some crypto, I think just the market is just like horrible. Like let's say we go on Starknet, just the market, like of course these are like projects with super bad token economics and everything, so we had like a super big dump. So definitely the expected value of this token is way better now sitting here than when it was before, but still, and it's just because I think we are in a soft recession where basically retails are in trouble in terms of like money. They don't have like crazy money where they're like, okay, I'm going to gamble on chain, or I'm going to buy all these coins. And I think also that retail are changing the way they invest, because I think they are aware about some like scheme happening in crypto, and now they are like not playing the dump and they are not exit liquidity anymore. And that's something very, I think, interesting. And I think the market is evolving that way. And even I'm chatting with like some big market players, like founders, very big, like centralized exchanges and everything. And they see that. So I think looking forward to that, but I think the crypto ecosystem will evolve and like become a better place, trying to evolve every day. And then on the ETH ETF, so you have a bunch of things shilled on Twitter, some pretty interesting stuff. The cool thing is like the Ethereum is a commodity, and the ETF could be coming, I think, in the coming weeks, coming days, even like less than a week. So that's pretty cool, I think, to watch. I think this where we're going to see like the appetite of Wall Street in terms of this ETF. But trust me, it's always the same thing. Wall Street needs to sell something, and I think these ETF, either BTC or ETH1, are just super good product because it's a way to diversify their clients and everything. And no matter what people say in like they are against crypto or anything, they are not. It's just like they are defending their interest. And now they have the ETF. I think they will sell Bitcoin and ETH to their clients and saying like it's a good investment, when before they were saying, oh, it's not very safe, be cautious and everything. So I figure out that that's pretty funny. Then so we had this news about the ECC acknowledging the fact that ETH is a commodity, which is something very crazy. I was surprised at how fast it went, and not going to discuss here because I'm not an expert in this field, but I was very surprised. And then I think I did a tweet, and I think the goal of this video was to end up on that. I know, sometimes market conditions are pretty hard, and it's not that easy to make money. It's very competitive. Sometimes you feel you are losing money. It goes super fast in crypto. You can lose like 10, 20%, 30% in a few days, which is a lot, And I know many of you are fully exposed to crypto. Like it's like over like 50% of your net worth. And I don't say it's a good thing. I don't say it's a bad thing, I think it's just like at some point, if you are a risk taker and you take risk a wise way, you will be rewarded. Just, you have to focus on the wise. How wise are you? But that's interesting. And the market always gives you opportunities. That's why you need to always have a bit of stable coins and sometimes take some profits, because I wanted to add more on meme coins because my exposure was pretty low because of all the meme coin pumped and everything. So I sold quite a lot. And now that we have some price correction and everything, you have some entry point and everything. So that's pretty cool. And that's the thing, You want to get the ball rolling and stop doing DCA or HODL, which are very suboptimal strategies, and try to figure out smart exposure, like where can you enter at the fair price, at a better price, all this kind of stuff, and be super patient. Let me check if I wanted to mention any other things. So perhaps I will do another market update more focused on prices and everything. And also let me know what you want to see. Sometimes do you want me to share a bit more stuff I'm doing? I don't want to spam you too much on this Telegram channel because otherwise some people just mute it and it's like not what I want. But otherwise, I think this summer will be pretty slow. We're gonna have perhaps some big news on Solana, perhaps another big news on ETH if it starts trading. I don't think it will on the day they are mentioning, but I think it's coming pretty soon, most likely in July. So that's crazy. That's really a big thing. And we'll see like the appetite on this ETF. So I'm very curious and very excited to see that. I don't think it's an altcoin season yet, not at all. I think some altcoins are on very key levels. They are very interesting to put some exposure and everything, but I'm not like rushing crazy into altcoins. And that's something I'm saying since like beginning of the year. Like altcoins in 2024 for now are more about trading than investing. And so if you do trade, then that's pretty cool. You have plenty of opportunities, and that's how you will maximize your risk reward. But otherwise, be super cautious, I would say. And a few days ago, the sentiment was horrible. That's why I put this tweet. They won't shake me out with a guy like beaten down, because it was super hard, because prices drop very fast, so it's very painful, and you're like doubting, and you're like, oh, I should have done that. But the idea is like always to figure out, you can have some solutions, some learnings, and then some solutions. Perhaps you can rotate from one coin to another. Perhaps you can adapt a bit your strategy or figure out to maximize your risk reward, I would say. But that was a cool thing, guys. Sorry for the video trying to rush 30 minutes. I think already too long, but I was very happy to share a few thoughts about the market between two calls. So yeah, guys, hope you're doing great and see you soon.